what I should say, which I don't think I have said up till now, which is I actually have made some of the plates in this book too. I went on a pottery course. I went on a pottery course with among some friends of mine, one of whom is Yotam Ottolenghi. And he was much better at the pottery than me, I can tell you. I had visions that I was just going to be a potter, but then I tried it, and obviously I wasn't going to be a potter. The wheel defeated me. I thought everyone said it's like cooking. It's not. If something goes wrong when you cook, you can still eat it. You know when things are really so ugly, you almost think they could be beautiful. Anyway, so I don't know if you can see, but that is one of my artworks.
Oh, lovely. Fantastic.
That's one of my plates. And I did make some very bad bowls, and it made me laugh, really, because when my children were small, they would come back with, you know, very badly made bits of pottery from school, and I'd say, that is so wonderful. And now I'm coming back and saying to them, hey, and they're going, and one was very bad. My daughter said, I could tell that was your one.
Is coming up with recipes easy?
I think it would be hard if I sat down and thought, right, I've got to come up with a recipe. But in a way, I tend to come up with recipes because I'm cooking, and I cook something that I like, and then it becomes a recipe. The first time I do it, it's just because I'm opening, you know, my fridge and seeing what I've got. The fridge forage remains for me very creative, because you've just got to think on your feet and come up with something, and it's often quite fast. I also get incredible ideas for recipes when I'm traveling, and it's not always completely linear, so I don't go to a restaurant and think, I'm going to copy that and do it at home. I sometimes think, what a fantastic pairing of ingredients, and I'd like to see what I can do in a more manageable way. And sometimes it could be just seeing something great as I walk past a food shop and thinking, I want to use.
But it's a continual thought process.
I can't help but that's how my mind works. And I also feel when I finish a book and I have stopped measuring and weighing, I get this fizzing up of liberation, because much as I really enjoy doing a book, it isn't quite in my personality to be writing down everything I do, and I do it, but when I'm suddenly let off the leash and I can just cook without thinking, sometimes it sort of unlocks a bit as well. I think as much as possible, food is something that is is a conversation to share and meals to share, not a way of getting one up on someone else. And when I see that happening, I always feel like I don't want any part. Yes, homemade chicken broth is fabulous, but on a day-to-day basis, I will use an instant stock, you know, because that's how we cook. You know, frozen peas. As you know, Nigel Slater calls me the queen of the frozen pea. That's a great thing.
Have you got a favourite recipe in this book?
I never have one favourite recipe, but there are the recipes that I have to stop myself making over and over again. On the savoury front is the pea and chicken tray bake, when you actually put frozen peas in the oven as they are. It's a miracle. And you just chop up a leek, mince a bit of garlic, put them with some fresh dill and olive oil, and I use a bit of vermouth, but you can use white wine. There they are, freezing hands. Put them on in a sort of oven tray. Put the chicken thighs on top. Bit of sea salt on the chicken and a bit more olive oil into the oven. Roast it.
And do you have a say in the TV? The look of the TV, you know, the whole aspirational food television is an unreal world, as we all know. But
I have a say enormously in the sense that I have to say exactly what bowl everything goes in.
Oh wow, you do have a say.
We have a meeting that actually is more stressful than you can imagine, but it's very important, which is we go through every recipe that's going to be in the series, itemizing exactly what equipment is needed, because you have to get more than one sometimes. But also I've always got little bits and pieces that I've had for ages, which you can't really duplicate, but which we use sometimes, and then it just takes longer to film. But no, I'm over everything, and it's takes hours. I always have, it goes through lunch, that meeting, because it takes so long. Everything stops for lunch in my house.
Oh, that's very nice.
Yeah,
and
phones go off,
it is your house.
Off.
It is so the divide between reality and aspirational. It is your house.
I don't film in my house anymore.
You don't film in your house?
I work in my house. No, no. All the book photographs are done there, but I don't film in my house anymore.
Do you really eat from the fridge late at night?
I don't quite know how. In theory, no, but in practice, yes. I mean, I find as I've got older, I can't eat quite so late into the night.
Oh.
But that doesn't always stop me.
So what are snack foods late at night constitute? Something that you...
Well, if there's any blue cheese in the house, that's it.
Yes.
You know. But otherwise, it's about just using, seeing something that's in the fridge. Good bread and butter.
Yeah, it calls
always.
to you, doesn't it?
Oh, always. Routinely, that's when I eat chocolate. Dark chocolate, so it's... I always say I need the magnesium. And
Is there something you don't eat, Nigella?
I don't like, I think I said before, I don't like a green bell pepper, whatever you call it. You don't call it that.
Green capsicum.
I don't eat that, but I feel that, you see, I don't feel bad about anything I do eat, because in the sense that, because I don't deny myself. For example, routinely, I just have 2 squares of chocolate. That's really about, for me, the perfect amount. But because I'm not denying the chocolate to myself, I don't then have to have the whole bar. The only time I do is if I've been drinking, but I don't drink an awful lot, and I'm such a poor drinker that I can have 2.5 glasses of wine and then I have to go into eating overdrive because I've got pathetic capacity. It's not Australian.
I want to ask you about the Me Too movement, the rising up of women against workplace predators. Is that something that you have viewed with interest, the way that this has sort of unfolded? I think everyone's, I don't want to say interest, I think everyone's viewed it. I suppose, well, some people have different interests, but I think everyone feels that it says something important. And I think it's also very good that young women are brought up, perhaps to fight and to feel they must stand up for themselves. I think certainly women of my generation were always encouraged to make men feel good about themselves, and I don't mean that meant we were taught to acquiesce, but in perhaps shunning any overture, we were always told that we mustn't make a man feel bad about anything, and I think that it's good that there's a generation of women who aren't being brought up to think that the most important thing is that the man feels okay about having made a pass at someone that is rejected. Yeah, we've moved a long way from that, I agree. Nigella, you've given the world, you make people feel wonderful. There's a coziness to watching you on television. It's a delightful, delicious and inspiring world. But I wonder if there's one thing that you've never shared in front of an audience that you'd like to give us as a gift today.
I don't know. I feel that I've said several things today that I haven't said before. So I feel I've done that, and I'm not really aware of everything. I mean, I don't know that I can conjure up something that is just that I have not. But I mean, I've
all right. Recipe for happiness.
No, I don't know. Several things today I haven't said before. Recipe for happiness. Well, I don't know that such a thing exists.
Of course.
And also, it's that thing again. It's a bit of a cliche, but that thing that I was always told at school, which is happiness is not something you pursue. It's something you get as a byproduct of pursuing something else.
Life is what happens when you think about other things. Yeah.
And I think that is absolutely the case. And once you start thinking about what happiness is, I don't know, then you start start designing some idea of what you think happiness should be. And I don't know that it works like that.
Indeed.
But if anyone's got a good recipe for it, I'll be very, very grateful.